What's up guys, my name is Callum Knight, also known as SeaPeeKay. I'm a full-time gaming content creator with over 1 million followers across all platforms. My mum got pregnant with me at 15. We really have those moments where I'm like, we did this. It has over 1.5 million followers cumulatively. For the first 3-4 months, it was just like tragedy of like, the videos would get like 12 views and I'm like, it took me 20 hours to make this in total, because you have to render the video as well. So I'm on this little Tesco laptop. If I didn't have it, like, I had to have it balanced on a box so that the fan was not on anything because it would just overheat the second it started rendering a video. You put in all this work and you see that like 10 people saw it, and it's hard not to be like a little bit like, oh man, like it's a lot of work to put in to see a few people find it. Then a friend of mine started like sort of liking some of my videos and sending some of his audience to watch my videos, and it was really cool of them to do that. And I managed to get up to about 9,000 subscribers in my first year. So I think I was 21 to being 22. Yeah. I got to about 9,000 subscribers, and at that point, like, that was pretty decent size, honestly. A friend of mine basically rallied my community, and they crowdfunded £500 and communally bought me a PC. Because they wanted me to be able to make whatever content I wanted to be able to make, which was like super nice because I was making like no money from YouTube.
So you have your new computer and Minecraft comes along.
Yep, and I'm like, let's start making some videos on this. So me and a few friends started like making like content together, like we play on the same world and just mess around doing stuff. And those videos started to get a little bit of traction, and second year I gained another 9,000 subscribers. So I was on 18,000 now after 2 years.
And at this point you're uploading every day?
Oh yeah. Like at this point I was uploading probably 2 videos a day most days.
At that point were they just like a minute videos?
Yeah, so one would be my 10 to 15 minute regular video, and then I'd be like, I need to get a second video out. I just slap either like a random indie game that was like 3 minutes long, video of me asking a question, an update on my life. Half the time I was wearing my work clothes in the videos. Like, can I just finish work and get like straight on with like content?
So at that time, early 20s, you're just like grow. Let's go from 9 to 18,000.
Yep.
And now, 10 years later, SeaPeeKay has over like 600,000 subscribers.
I think my manager sells it as over 1.5 million followers cumulatively. Okay. So over all platforms, we're at like 1.5 million, which is bizarre. She actually told me that yesterday, and I was like, no, it isn't. And I went back home and added it up. I was like, well, it is. It is.
You have a really interesting family story, and I wanted you to explain it and say how that could potentially have influenced the creation of SeaPeeKay and then the perseverance that you've just talked about and your success.
So yeah, my mum got pregnant with me at 15, so very young, and she was doing her GCSEs at the time, which is so bizarre for me to think about. My dad, when he found out my mum got pregnant, just pieced out of the conversation, like didn't want anything to do with it. And to this day, like, I still don't know who he is. That is through choice. My family knows, and I could be told, but again, I've been like raised fine. And then as I was going through college, so I was 16, my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer, which was obviously very horrible and like really hard to handle. I was 16. My sister at this point is only 3, so there's 13 years difference between us. So obviously I took it really hard. She was a little less understanding because she was a toddler. They gave her 3 to 5 years, and sadly she only survived for 5 months, I think, after that. So that hit me really hard because I was raised in the way I was raised. My mum was only 16 when she had me, so when my mum was like, 26, I was like, we had a really good bond. Like, I was old enough to have like jokes and stuff with my mum, and my mum was young enough to be like a cool, hip mum.
How do you think not having parents for almost half your life now have influenced you as a creator, entrepreneur, CEO of SeaPeeKay? I
think what's really cool for me, and maybe, and it all comes down to, I think, the way I was raised when I did have so much family around me, is that I was always so grateful for like whatever I got. Like, again, my family didn't grow up with much money, so if we like even down to like when I had an Xbox, like every now and again, like my grandparents would take me out and like they'd be like, come on, we'll get you an Xbox game. And like, yes, I was very excited, but I was always like so grateful because that wasn't something I had the means to have. So now when I'm able to go and do basically anything cool or be able to like give a gift, or that's something I love doing, I'd rather buy something for someone else than buy something for myself.
I think it's really interesting because we're here because you told me that a thing you are into is views. So when you moved to London, you were like, I want to find a place that has amazing view.
Yep. So yeah, it's a crazy one, and you can sort of see out over the entirety of London.
It's cool.
And there's a lot of moments. Me and my girlfriend sit on the sofa, and I look out, and we're just like, we really have those moments where I'm like, we did this. Like, this is what I did. Like, this is what my work has like accumulated to.
To me, when you told me about this passion for views, I was like, there's a distinct contrast here between the stereotype of a gamer
yeah.
and then your love for like open views, the outdoors.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows and there's a lot of like things online that like poke fun at this stereotype of a gamer generally being introverted. The mum's basement one is kind of going away a little bit, but definitely still mum's basement vibes. You know, they're very antisocial, they don't have many friends, they're super unhealthy, you know, all this stuff. And like, I get that that was the stereotype of gamers and gaming, and you know, hopefully it's one that goes away soon.
Disrupting these stereotypes is now like a bit of a goal of yours, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do it?
And I think the big thing is like outside of the stereotypes of like, you know, what a gamer is and who a gamer is, there's also these massive stereotypes attached to gaming or certain games make people bad or do bad things. And that, I think that's a thing that needs to be like squashed as soon as possible. And like weirdly, the pandemic kind of actually shone a really different light on gaming, and it was super nice for me to see gaming get a bit of praise, because a lot of it is attached to like, this bad thing happened, and by the way, he played this game. And it's like, okay, I mean, I've been playing that game for 9 years, but I've never done anything wild. But you saw a lot of like, especially like newspapers and stuff, which was super weird because they're very anti-gaming or games usually. They were saying like, did you know playing games with people while on Discord or Zoom for 2 hours a night actually increases how good you feel? And I'm like, I've been telling you this.
What next for SeaPeeKay? Like, you've got some plans on the horizon. Is it, you're going to continue streaming on Twitch?
Yeah, so definitely streaming on Twitch is something I've always said. No matter what I do, I would never like to have that detachment from what I do already. You know, I've got the opportunity to be able to dabble into a lot of different things because of my job. So being a content creator, I could just one day go, you know what, I'm going to release a song, and then I could do it, and I can.
I guess what gaming's taught you one thing is that you've just got to try it and jump.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm doing now has definitely taught me that it's always worth taking that little risk and just seeing what happens. And especially now I have this as like my, calling it a safety net seems very bad because I love this and I would never want it to be considered a safety net, but it means I can dabble in other areas and I know I've still got my role, and that really takes a lot of the pressure off of trying new things.
Okay, cool. Callum, aka SeaPeeKay, thanks a lot for your time.
No, thank you very much.